Okay guys, welcome back. Here we are jumping into the grand final today for today's ESL Asia Go4WoT Weekly Cup number 12. I'm Go4Gadget and the grand final today is being played out of course between the SuperNoobs and the Horsemen here on Ghost Town. We're starting up the tank draft now, so let's go ahead and take a look at what both teams are going to be fielding in the city streets here of the Ghost Town. We've got first up for the SuperNoobs. They picked two IS3s. Faluso there, two IS3s for the Horsemen there. So nothing too crazy just yet. SuperNoobs, they've gone with after that one T32, that Tier 8 American Heavy, and one AMX 5100, that Tier 8 French Heavy Autoloader. So keeping things fairly heavy at the moment. Faluso is continuing that trend for the Horsemen, going with an IS3 and an AMX 5100. The SuperNoobs though, and they've got one IS3 and a T54 lightweight. Okay, there we go. So that's okay. Interesting that the SuperNoobs have just added in the one T54 lightweight. I wonder if they're maybe going to try something like what No Real Danger did last match that we just spectated then, and maybe try and go for maybe an early pick with maybe a T54 lightweight and a T37 early on in the round. So whether they kind of do that is, well, it's up for debate. But right now we've got T54 lightweight and an AMX 12T coming out from Faluso as well. So both teams actually adding one T54 lightweight into the mix, and to be honest, it's never a bad idea. You cannot go wrong with that tank, I think it's safe to say. So good to see that. And of course, again, these guys definitely going to be wanting to win this one, if well, definitely a little bit more than any previous Go4WoT as well, with the increased prize pool as well. That is now, I think it's now in effect. So right now we've got the last two picks, well, the last single pick to come out from both teams. And just taking a look at the brackets now to see how both teams got here. For the Horsemen, they actually did their first match, their quarterfinal today was against Family, who they did manage to beat fairly easily. Next up, they took out, like we saw, BTI in that intense best of three that went out to 3 games. The other side though, the SuperNoobs, their first match was actually against Team PH, who are a fairly new team to the scene, still learning the ropes. So going up against a team like SuperNoobs in the first round, well, it's never really going to end well, is it? So right now, let's take a look. We've got T54 and a T37 for both teams' last picks. Alrighty, nothing too crazy there, and let everyone know that I'm ready to roll. And we should be able to jump into this one. So, right here, I think just taking a look at both teams' picks. I mean, it is hard to call from just those picks, but the only thing that's really different is, actually, if I take a look at it, I've got 3 IS3s each, yep. T54 each, yep. AMX 5100 each, yep. Have they got a T32? No. So, okay, so the Horsemen have an extra T54 lightweight, and they've got the AMX 12T, but they are, of course, on the attack. So, I actually quite like the Horsemen's lineup here. I think it's fairly well balanced. Now we'll have to wait and see how it plays out, as we've got 20 seconds left on the scoreboard right now. Alrighty, so here we go. Let's roll. And got Arc Auto 1. In fact, let's go ahead and run through the lineups here for those that might just be joining us. Starting off with the SuperNoobs lineup. We're actually on the wrong side of the scoreboard, so let's go ahead and fix that. Horsemen and SuperNoobs. There we go. That's looking good. So starting off with the Horsemen's lineup, even we've got Faluso here in his AMX 5100, Just Rex in the IS3, Meat Bun in that IS3, Gorilla in another IS3. Arcono 1 in the T54 lightweight being just behind, following just behind Nunn in his T54 lightweight. Last but not least, Spencer in that AMX 12T. On the other side, though, we have got, starting from the bottom, let's do that, Lissandra San in that T37. El Payaso's in the T54 lightweight. Ooh, who's just got a shot across onto Nunn there. 81% HP. So great positioning there from El Payaso that let him get that that initial shot. And just like I was thinking, maybe the Horsemen would do this, and that's exactly what they've done. They've sent out a couple of their lights out towards this one line, out towards this western flank, and just going to be trying to do some work with that. And there we go. El Payaso gets another shot onto Nunn. Oh, Nunn responds. So it does force El Payaso to use that rep kit repairing that track. So good move there by Payaso, not sacrificing any more hit points. And I think he's done his job there. Has managed to come out one shot on top when all's said and done. So right now we've got the rest of the SuperNoobs here just setting up in defense around this kind of two flag, I should say. Some shots coming out. I think Hien there might have just taken a big shot from one of those IS3s. He's dropped down to 1130 HP. As shots are starting to fly around the middle of the map. Flicking over now to Spencer in his AMX 12T. He's got not much to worry about. Nunn going to be slowly pushing up with Arcono 1. So I like this. They're making a slow push. Oh, I don't like it quite as much there, as Nunn's just been hit for a total of about 400 damage right there. And Arcono 1 in a little bit of trouble himself. So this is not looking too good for the two Horsemen pushing up this one line. Got to be very, very careful right here. I mean, one good shot from an IS3 might just be enough to take down Nunn here, as Arcono 1 is getting pushed up on. So again, he's got to be careful as well. Drop down to 47% HP. And there we go, that T37 Bold going to be coming across that hill there, and Arcono's just shot, so he doesn't have any shells to direct at that T54 lightweight that's now facing him. He's dropped down to 2% HP right now. We'll be able to get one more shot across. We've still got Nunn. Nunn needs to help out his teammate, but Ricky is going to be helping out, but El Payaso takes him out in the meantime right there. Nunn now is going to be the next focus, although Nunn does manage to take down El Payaso right after that. And now the fight is on between the AMX 5100s here. We've got Faluso on 34% HP. He's doing battle against NT-Lock. NT-Lock comes out worse for wear in that one. And now Just Rex is going to be rounded the corner. The fight is on between the heavies here in the center of the map. And we've got 3 tier 8s left for the SuperNoobs lineup, whereas 5 are left standing for the Horsemen. So it's looking good for them at the moment. And we've got that IS3 there. Both of those IS3s, in fact, drop down. Just Rex takes a hit. So this is going to be very, very tricky for the SuperNoobs to play right here. They're undermanned, undergunned, with only a couple of those tier 8s left. And the Horsemen, as long as they play this one smart, they should be able to take it out. Although we see their Nunn is only on 12% HP. If they can eliminate, if they can take out some of the damage left on the field, play it smart. Oh no, get a few good ricochets, I was about to say, but that is not going to happen right there. Ricky on 15 HP, Gorilla going to be doing Nunn doing the final shot there, getting that kill. So the Horsemen take out that first match there, 1-0 in this best of 5. And we can see up the top there, Gorilla for the Horsemen. He did work, 2,200 damage. Got to be pretty happy with that. Just Rex there, 1.9k. Faluso in the AMX 5100, 1.7k as well. Nunn, 1.7k. So some really good damage numbers all across the board there from the Horsemen. And look at Meatbun. Meatbun didn't even need to do anything in that IS3. He dropped out only having done 462 damage. So there we go. On the SuperNoobs side though, over on their lineup, El Payaso up the top with his T54 lightweight dealt 1.7 thousand. We had Hien with 1.2k, Sun Bao 1.2k, and T-Lock 1.1, and Corby Tenshi. So really, all of the SuperNoobs, they did manage to get quite a bit of damage on the board, but the issue for them was that they couldn't really secure the kills. They couldn't finish off the Horsemen's tanks there when they were low. So there we go. And let's go ahead 1-0 now and begin the draft. I don't think there's really, I don't think there's much that needs to be changed in terms of the lineups here either. So yeah, both the lineups, the only difference was the extra T54 lightweight that the Horsemen had. And yeah, SuperNoobs could take that. I don't think it would make a massive difference here. But have to wait and see. Could very well do, as we're getting the first tank picks in for this next draft. And again, expecting a fairly similar draft. That's what we're seeing so far, with Corby Tenshi dealing picking two IS3s to start off the SuperNoobs lineup. The Horsemen there for Lusos responded with another two IS3s. SuperNoobs next up picked one more IS3 and a T32. IS3 and a 5100 there for Faluso. So we are seeing pretty much the same lineup so far as last round. T54 lightweight, AMX 5100 coming out of the SuperNoobs there. So getting their T54 and their AMX sorted out. And expecting one or two T54s to come out of the Horsemen next. Let's wait and see. What are they going to pick? Maybe they're tier 6. They could do that as well. Yep, there we go. Two T54 lightweights coming out of the Horsemen. The SuperNoobs have got to pick. Maybe what are they going to be going with? Actually, they've picked the 6 tanks, so they only need to pick their T37. There you go. Nothing too crazy there. And now Faluso probably going to be picking that AMX 12T. The Horsemen do seem to like the AMX over the T37 sometimes. Not entirely sure why. I personally prefer the T37. Just seems to be able to hit a few more shots. Seems to have a slightly nicer gun. I might be making that up, but that's certainly the impression that I get. And there we go, AMX 12T. Alrighty, so let the guys know that we are ready to roll here in this second match. And jumping into it again, I think what was interesting last round as well was that the Horsemen actually, it was the Horsemen that their early push on that one line, it didn't go particularly well. I mean, it went all right, but certainly wasn't what won them it. So as long as they've got another strategy up their sleeves here to try out for this second time around on the attack, then I feel as though they're sitting pretty at the moment. So here we are, loading into the map. 20 seconds left before everyone is in. We can see the Horsemen's lineup looking pretty mean right here. Have they got the exact same lineup? I think they have, yes. And over on the other side, is that the exact same? I think it is also the exact same lineup for both sides. So nothing changed, but I'm expecting the strats to change up a little bit here for sure. As these guys see what they can do. So right now, Luso and Meat Bum, they're all going to be heading out. Okay, so they're going a little bit wider this time, maybe a tiny bit wider. But one thing's for sure, that they're actually not changing up too much here. They've got Archon and Nun again heading out towards this one line, and well, again they're going to be encountering NT-Lock on that line and running into him. So that's interesting to see how that's going to work out for them again this time. But well, if it's not broken, don't fix it, as the saying goes. So they're just sticking to what's tried and tested, what's won them it before. That's right now, actually. Who's that? Is that the AMX 12T that's getting very, very close? I think it is there. Yeah, yeah. Spencer there might have just spooked El Payaso in his AMX 5100 there. El Payaso forced to duck back on the wall. Spencer, in the meantime, going to be heading back up towards the one flag, seeing what's happening there, as we've got the rest of these guys around the kind of one line, getting a few shots across. Most of the horsemen are set up fairly well to defend out that two flag, as it looks like Gorilla there has taken at least one shot of damage, maybe from that IS-3 there, but from the looks of things, also got that IS-3 on the SuperNoobs side down to 66% HP. And that was actually a ricochet there. I want to say a lucky ricochet. So it could very well have hit into his slightly weaker rear armour. There we go. There's a shot onto Gorilla. That's a good one. Is not responded with, as we're having... Ooh, that's interesting. We've actually got pressure applied onto both bases right here. Oh, and we're going to see a tier 6 battle between the T-37 and Spencer right there. Oh, the T-37 gets the first shot. Spencer's not going to be too happy about that one there and is actually retreating. So right now we've got the rest of the team pushing in from the looks of things. Gorilla, though, the base cap is reset. Oh, and it's not looking good for him. He's gone down. So the Horsemen lose the first tier 8 in this one. They need to take down one pretty quickly, and there we go. That's going to be Kumi Tenchi who goes down right after that, as the battle has started off here around this 2 flag. And jumping into free cam mode at the moment, we can see lots of the SuperNoobs right here are feeling worse for wear. We've got that IS-3 there, 217 HP, as Just Rex popping around the corner, dropped down to 62% HP. There we go, Hien goes down. Faluso with his AMX 5100 doing the work there, getting those auto-loading shells put to work, as we can see Lysandra San taking down Spencer. That T-32 there as well. Dropped down to 351 HP. 2 more shots will be enough to finish him off. There's None, though, taking some shots from that tier 6 behind him. The T-32 misses None, though, and is proving a little bit hard to hit. But there we go, None finally finishes him off. And right now the focus is going to be onto None from this T-54 on the SuperNoob side. Proving a little bit tricky, but there we go. NT Lock finds the shell, puts it into None's back, as he himself is on 112 HP, goes down. So it's a 3-on-2 at the moment. AMX 5100 and an IS-3 left for the SuperNoobs lineup. The Horsemen, though, they've got an AMX 5100 IS-3 and a T-54 lightweight, so looking good for them. And we can see there that IS-3 is going to be going down for on the SuperNoobs side. Only left with the AMX 5100, not anymore. There we have it. The Horsemen take it out 2-0. Well, take out the second game, I should say, because it is a best of 5. Even though the brackets do say best of 3, it is actually a best of 5 grand final. So they haven't won yet, but the SuperNoobs, next round, they are on the attack. I think they're really going to have to think of something a little bit different there. Well, of course they're going to have to, because they're on the attack, but yes, definitely came closer this time. Who knows? So, right now, taking a look at the battle results, the scoreboard, we can see Meat Bun up the top there in his IS-3 for the Horseman, 1.9k damage. Faluso in the AMX 5100 managed to deal 1,849, so pretty fair amount there as well. Over on the SuperNoobs side, we've got NT Lock there with 1.5k damage, Ricky with 1,229, so not too bad there on the SuperNoobs lineup either. But now it is time to change sides. Let's go jump in towards this next match here. So let's have a look as we're getting the tank picks underway for the next one. Looks like first couple of picks we've got 2 IS3s coming out from Faluso, so nothing too crazy. 2 Tier 8 Russian heavies coming out. And what else? We've got... Ooh. Oh, there we go. Okay, so just a little bit confused. So. Oh, alrighty. So now that we got a little bit of confusion in chat there, but I think that's all getting sorted out at the moment now. Anyway, so we should be able to jump right back into it. Jump right back into the picks as well. So remember, guys, as well, while we're just waiting for the picks to come out, you can always hit the follow button on the Wargaming Asia Twitch channel here down the bottom left, and be notified whenever we're going live for any World of Tanks esports action here in the Asia Pacific region. And you can follow at ESLWOT on Twitter to be notified whenever any international World of Tanks events going live, being set up, all of that good stuff. So right now, though, we're jumping back into the picks. We've got some coming out after Faluso's 2 IS3s. We've got IS3 5100, 2 ISs coming out of the SuperNoobs. Faluso there, going to be getting 1 T54 and 1 T37 right after that. So I like, yeah, actually, to the 2 ISs, yeah, I'm not too sure about those ones. I mean, I think it's fairly even, of course, but 2 ISs instead of an IS, say an IS3 and just a scout. I feel as though on the defense it can be really valuable on Ghost Town to actually have that extra kind of scout, just able to duck around the place. But they're actually on the attack, so that doesn't matter, and my point is invalid. So there we go. Maybe that's why they picked it. Right now, Faluso picking a T54 lightweight and a T37 SuperNoobs. After that, they are going with a T54 lightweight and an AMX 5100. Faluso there for the Horsemen picks his second T54 lightweight, and I think they're actually just going to be going with seemingly the exact same lineup over on the Horsemen side. And well, it's obviously a lineup that they're comfortable with. They've definitely practiced with it quite a bit. You can tell just from the way that the Horsemen play, they know how to use it. So down to the SuperNoobs right now to pick their last tank, and then we will be ready to go. And what is it going to be? I think, is it just going to be... No, they picked their ISs, so it is going to be a Tier 8. IS3. Yep, surprise, surprise. Nothing crazy there. So I'll let everyone know that we are ready to go. And once the teams are ready... Okay, so it looks like the Horsemen there just... planning out their strategies a little bit from the looks of things. Faluso calling for a 1-minute break. So obviously stratting it out pretty hard. And they definitely need to. At the moment, the Horsemen, because if they manage to take this one out, then boom, that's it. They've won the Go4WoT. So there we go. There we are. We're getting the call away to start the game. Faluso and the Horsemen are now ready, and it's time to find out whether the SuperNoobs will be able to hang on for dear life in this best of 5 grand final, or whether the Horsemen will be able to close it out in a clinical 3-set match. 27 seconds left. The Horsemen and the SuperNoobs have swapped sides now. Of course, Horsemen going to be doing the ones doing the defending. The SuperNoobs on the attack this time, fielding an AMX 5100, 3 IS3s, 1 T54 lightweight, and 2 Tier 7 ISs. Over on my side, though, the Horsemen side, they haven't changed a thing. They're going with the AMX 5100 IS3s times 3, T54s times 2, T37 times 1. So as we roll out, let's take a look where these guys will be heading off to. I want to take a look at Archon 01. Looks like him. Yep, Archon 01. Going to be heading out towards that one line there very early on, and a bit of an aggressive push. They obviously know that they're going to be able to get there first, or if they don't get there first, they're only going to be met by one Tier 8 light tank in NT lock. So very nice early. I really like this early push coming out from the Horsemen right here. I really like it. Really closes off quite a bit, and so none there might actually be able to see those ISs. Does manage to get one shot, and just like that, boom, that's a shot. He's ducked into cover. Suddenly the IS is a little bit of trouble right there, and it's up to them to get back into cover themselves. None. Oh no, that's going to be Archon trying to get a shot across. None misses that one. ISs are kind of starting to get tucked in towards some cover. As in the meantime, oh, actually, it looks like, let's jump over towards, oh, Gorilla. He's just taken 779 damage, plus 293, plus 270. He's in a lot of trouble right there. Dropped down to 11% HP, and that is a costly mistake right there. The SuperNoobs, they pulled the trigger. They are attacking right here, and I don't think the Horsemen are in a position where they can respond fast enough. They're going to need to, though. Meat Bun is the next focus. He's still up. Does manage to get another shot off before he drops down. It's misses galore right here from the SuperNoobs. They've missed too many shots. Another one. Was that another miss from that IS right there? Meat Bun, how is he still alive? He's still on 11% HP, still surviving. Even after the entire SuperNoobs lineup has rolled through him, Hien takes down Just Rex right there, and I thought that would have been so much worse for the Horsemen. They were absolutely caught off guard. It was 3 on 6 tanks right there. They rolled right through them, whether it was misses, ricochets, I'm not too sure what, or a bit of miscommunication even between the team. Everyone thinking that they'd finished him off, but at the moment, it is still the SuperNoobs who have 2 tanks left, one only on 57 HP. That's going to be Lysandra going down right there. And with 3 Tier 8 tanks left, I don't think Sunbow is going to be able to take them out all on his own. Faluso there doing some work. He's dropped down to 135 HP. And just like that, somehow, the Horsemen come back from that and absolutely obliterate the SuperNoobs in a very comfortable victory. Whew. And that is how you end a grand final. So I think both of those guys are going to be very, very happy with that. The Horsemen in particular taking that one home. I mean, fantastic display, 3-0, GG's. And they are the Go4WoT champions for the Go4WoT Asia Cup number 12. There we have it. Alrighty, so guys, thanks a lot for watching today's broadcast of the ESL Asia Go4WoT Cup number 12. I'm GoGoGadget. Twitter's on screen there as well. Also, ESL WoT. So make sure you get on the Twitters, all of that fun stuff. But for now, I think that is just about it for our Go4WoT Cup today. A fantastic way to end it, seeing that action-packed best-of-5 grand final. So I think for now what we're going to be doing is jumping off, heading off until next week, where we will actually, I will be away, but I know that someone, I'm not too sure who, but someone will definitely be covering next week's Go4WoT Cup number 13. I'm over in Sydney for ACL Sydney, so if anyone's over there in ACL Sydney, definitely pop down and say hi. But for now though guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.
It's going to be incredible. Tanks are ready.
Everything is ready. Have fun.
Are you ready?
are the best.
The engagement begins. Delight in a battle. Here's Shanish around the backside. Looking dangerous. 2 seconds left. School bus